You want me to show you tough? I'll show you tough. Hey! 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 Hey!
Have a good trip.
See you, buddy. Good morning, YouTube. Today we are leaving for Paris, France. Yeah, so we're just trying to get a little early morning workout in. Have a couple clients this morning, but trying to get a little pump in before. So we're gonna focus on some shoulders, back, arms, train a few clients, grab some breakfast, pack the day of, and then head to the airport. Shoulders, back, arms. Let's do it. Elbows are a little crunchy right now, so just getting some fluid in there, working those out a little bit, just near failure, if not to failure, as we kind of progress through. Shoulders, not a whole lot of variety, so we're going to focus on overhead pressing, laterals, front raises, some more overhead pressing, and then we'll get into some back work. Shoulders are probably my favorite muscle group to train. That and probably legs, just in general. You know, being a freshman, squatting with all the seniors, things like that. Kind of some validation, of course, but yeah, shoulders were always really challenging for me, really hard to grow the shoulder for me, grow both in size and strength. And so What I found is always just a little bit more effective for me is a higher frequency approach, trying to touch on the shoulders maybe 3 to 4 times a week as opposed to 1 to 2. So you'll see with some of my push-pull leg training format, my push days, a lot of shoulders. Pull days, still a good amount of shoulders, but maybe not just like the main emphasis because it's a pull day inherently. So I'm trying to get a little bit more back in. Next training cycle I'll do will be a little bit more upper, lower. So maybe a chest day, back day, arms, and then shoulders, back, arms. Get a little bit more frequency with the back, which just quad focused, hip focused. Hamstrings, but hamstrings will kind of get sprinkled in throughout with pull days as well. One of the biggest issues people will have with not seeing results in their shoulders is probably not controlling the eccentric component for presses and lateral raises, front delt raises, a lot of the things that are important to creating a lot more well-rounded shoulder structure. They're really just kind of doing like concentric only, pulling up, swinging back down, pulling up, swinging back down. The only issue is the majority of growth occurs eccentrically, where we're creating more micro trauma, more tear in the muscle. Concentrically, you get very, very little micro trauma. If you want to grow your shoulders, you got to really control that eccentric on the way down. Kind of why I shifted a lot more towards a lot of cable lateral variations for the shoulders. It's because it forces you to have better resistance at the very bottom, but also to control that eccentric. So ever since switching to predominantly more cable loaded shoulder work, I found that my rear delts, laterals, medial delts are all getting much better, improving size, strength-wise. Those movements just tend to be doing a little bit better as opposed to just purely dumbbell work, swinging a lot of the weight, focusing on, yeah, I can do really heavy weight, but I can't control it down. So you'll see I'm using 20 pounds and just focusing on that eccentric load as much as possible, lengthening those medial delt fibers under load to create that more micro trauma to signal my body, hey, we need to grow this tissue. We need to make this tissue stronger. They're taking on a lot of stress. We got to come back stronger. Every single battle is like Rocky all over again. Get the crap beat out of you.
I never lose.
Take the punches. Keep going. You can always do a little cheat rep concentrically to get the weight up, but once you can't control that eccentric anymore, just cut the movement, move on to something else, or change the weight, go lighter, and just get more volume in. But if you can't control the eccentric, and your goal is to grow the tissue or to create stronger tissue, you probably just need to go lighter. We are gonna move on to one more shoulder pressing variation, just 2 kind of hard working sets with this, and then we're gonna work into some upper back work. Mostly gonna be a lot of pull-ups, rows, pull downs, and then we'll sneak in some arms as well. That's a wrap for shoulders. We're gonna get some back work in. Got about 25 minutes. Rear delt raise can actually be a really great movement. Although we're not quantifying load, we're able to control the activation pretty well by just moving our body and thinking about pulling out the entire time. Not swinging open, but keeping tension and slowly, like Superman opening an elevator door. That's kind of what I like to think about. It's just rip it open. Really just want to make sure that all that activation, all that length is coming from the lats, not the rib cage. So you notice I try to keep my rib cage really, really quiet, keep my lats really the only thing lengthening. Arms extending obviously, but everything in terms of increasing range or getting a big stretch has to come from the lat first, and then I can stretch anywhere else, but I have to feel the lat first, and then we can keep moving. This is the Tuesday, Wednesday session before the Masters.